Dr. Mays, ton of priorities that you all have it going on over there. Curveball after curveball. Every time you turn on the TV, there seems to be a new twist and a new turn. What are the top couple of three priorities that you all are really focusing your attention on? Must get done this year.
Well, I'd like to answer that, but I also want to point out one other thing. So as we were talking about cloud and cloud security, and I heard again and again throughout this discussion vulnerabilities, right? One of my biggest challenges, whether it's in the cloud or anywhere else, is the applications that are being run by or provided by vendors, right? And the high amount of vulnerabilities that I have to deal with, right? Which means my automation, I do about 43 million patches per year. So that's a lot of cyber hygiene. So one of the things that we're focusing on is engaging our vendor base and saying, your product has to be better, right? Because we spend an inordinate amount of time in government resources monitoring and fixing and so on, where, a 10% better product changes my life and the lives of our organizations dramatically. So, the things that we're going to be focusing on are governance in terms of cybersecurity, how we're doing business. Now we've got a great CISO and his team is awesome, but internally to where we sit from an infrastructure perspective and an app team perspective, what more can we do to help tighten down the environment that we have? Focusing more on data analytics. Are we seeing unusual behaviors, right? And being able to respond to them quickly. I mean, we've seen that quite a bit. There are lots of threats or threat actors out there that will claim things, and we spend a lot of time validating if it's real in our environment. Knock on wood, it's one of those things where we've been very, very fortunate thus far. But you still spend a lot of time trying to figure out if what's being said is actually true. And then, just ensuring, the basic things around a cloud in terms of looking at our scalability and complexity with respect to the threat landscape. That's a new thing that we're doing as well. How do we understand, the impact of threats? I think when we started the discussion, someone said all vulnerabilities, even though they may be the same, are different or are weighed differently in different environments. So that's a challenge as well. Where do you spend your limited resources? So those are the big things that we're doing. And in addition, like I mentioned, we are going to continually pursue cutting edge, things to enhance our network security and to build out new capabilities such as PQC to ensure that, we can at least encrypt our high value assets.